What's up, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Natural State. This is Steve, your host, joined as always by my good buddy Andy. Andy, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I am doing just fine. It's not nighttime yet.
It is night. You can tell by that window behind you. It's
Right
still
there.
daytime.
Can't be lying to these people.
I'm sorry. We record whenever.
Apologize.
So I did apologize. Look, we're all comfy now, man. We got new headsets. I was a little quiet for some reason. So
Yeah, it's not bad.
maybe the people can hear you now. That's the
I
issue.
don't have any problems with people hearing me all the time, but sometimes I get complaints that say, we can hear you and we can't hear the other guy. And I'm like, everything I hear is the exact opposite. You hear his loud mouth and you don't hear me.
I can't hear you at all half the time on the show, on the podcast, but so you
We'll get it
can't
adjusted.
you can't avoid your mic anymore. Your mic is
I'll be
right
over
there
here
now.
like this, so we'll talk like this, and I'll just cover my face, and we'll talk on this microphone.
I'd rather you not do that.
Why not?
Let me check our sounds here, though. Hey,
Hey, we're
all good.
muted.
So, all right.
Caleb, tell us how we're doing.
Yeah, somebody's there.
I'm sure it's Caleb.
I'm sure it is, too. Let's see. Comments. Hey, no, it's William.
Willie Watkins.
So, William, no, I'm going to be on my phone all I want. Jackass, how do you think we come up with actual content for this shit?
Yeah, we don't have to call other people to do ours.
We just do our...
I don't even have to call anybody. I just do it off the top of my head because I understand sports and I have a brain.
Literally what we're going to do tonight, though, is
I'm
just...
sitting here like this
Yeah.
the whole time. Never pick up the phone. And
Will-
I'm going to give you a whole damn show.
Will's going to hate these new headsets because all we're going to do is just sit back and be...
I don't know what to do with my
relaxed and
hands. I'll be like
lazy.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, just don't
Hands
start pulling
down.
sacks and being like, "Ooh." The good thing is
Hands down, Ricky
look,
Bobby.
2 people watch us on YouTube. It doesn't really
Uh-oh,
matter.
who we got?
It's just, well, I don't even know. Let's see.
Who else is there? Identify yourself.
Maybe you should clean your ears out, Steve. Maybe you should kiss my ass there, Will. There's
Kalabi.
Caleb, Georgia.
Kalabi.
Yeah. So
Mean King.
So we missed everybody last week. I was too lazy and didn't feel like actually doing a podcast last week. To be honest, I got a little over
Burnt out.
maybe. So
It happens. Can't even talk about an awesome win in the cage by Bryce Mitchell.
I know
Because
it.
you were burnt out, you big pansy.
Oh well,
It was a good fight too. I ain't scared. I'm gonna start right into it.
it's tough when I got to prep and come up with and do all the stuff for 3
I'm
shows
wearing
with,
Steve's favorite shirt.
with no help. My other favorite F word, my favorite F word. for
Freedom
sure.
is my second favorite F word.
So what's
First
this?
one is
Let's see.
food.
I got the notification. Well, see, that's the deal. You got to get the notification that us weirdos are on YouTube.
Check that bell.
We're here. Yeah, make sure you share it too. Share it to like lots of people. I don't know.
Because I'm not going to.
Yeah, we know Andy won't. It's too much work for Andy.
Too much work. I have to think
Have
to
to
do
go
that
click,
one.
click, share. It's
I have
too
to
much
think
work.
to do that one.
Yeah.
And
way too
you know,
much
I'm
work.
not.
Here,
It's not
let's get a little more of me on the
sports-related.
camera. How about that?
Thank you. Get less me. I'm plenty of it in the camera.
Well, I redid the room a little bit. Now that we got the new headsets, we don't have to have them big mics in front of us.
You got this awesome tripod on your camera over there.
Dude, don't talk about my awesome tripod.
Okay, we won't talk about it then.
You can tell the people about it. It's pretty sweet. It came from Amazon and Nike. You ever heard of an Amazon and Nike tripod?
No, I haven't.
You have
It's
seen one
custom.
now.
It's
That's a
custom.
custom
The lower
SOB right
tier
there.
is from Amazon. The top tier is from Nike.
Who's the mean?
Sponsored by Canon.
Oh,
That'd be collab.
yeah, that makes sense.
I can
Dude,
name
Caleb's watching us on the big screen, bro. Look at that.
Well, look at there. I can do that at my house too.
How about that? No, I feel so special right now. There, I'll respond.
Look, you got one with no signal and one with round turn to the left, turn to the left, turn to the left, passing. Yay! NASCAR.
Yeah, so NASCAR's back. I got that on over here. You can't really see it
Nobody's
on the TV,
really there,
but,
but,
that's what we're watching.
They're
so.
racing.
We actually have had some live sports come back this week. You mentioned UFC 249.
Treadnicks.
So UFC 249 was a lot of fun. Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty from Arkansas.
And he was straight thug nasty in that fight.
He took Rosa. Now Rosa, if you don't, and I don't, I'm not.
Rosa's a bad dude, man.
I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I know a whole lot
somebody
about
crashed.
UFC. I know enough to get in trouble and pay attention to it. But Rosa is pretty damn good on the ground and was supposed to be a big test for Bryce. And
Absolutely.
well,
No
30,
test at
30
all.
24, wasn't it? Like he
30-25. I've never seen
Yeah.
a fight scored as dominant
Yeah.
on a card that fight was.
It was-
I've never seen a 30-25 fight.
Yeah, by far.
And I've been watching this stuff, honestly, since its inception back in the day with Hoist Gracie, Dan Severn, Oleg Taktarov, Emmanuel Yarbrough, when it was just unlimited weight classes and run what you run, punch him in the balls if you want to.
Yeah.
Just don't bite anybody like Tyson.
Right.
And I've never seen a fight that dominant.
He dominated every second of that. So I've seen some. I guess I think was it Wes that was telling me the other day that they're talking about him and Maya fighting next.
Damian Maya.
Yeah. So,
Maya's like a 185 pounder.
Yeah, I don't know.
It can't be Damian Maya.
Maybe that's not who he said. Like I said,
he's a 145 guy, so I wouldn't. It's bound to be something one of them little Brazilians down there.
Well,
Bryce is on his game. That's the first whole fight of his I've been able to actually watch, and I watched it while I was driving down the freeway.
Yeah.
So
you're not supposed to tell the people that. That's not
well,
safe.
let's just say it was on, and I had it on the radio, and I was listening.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But the cruise was set.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, I see you're drinking out of your favorite cup over there. It's your favorite stadium we've ever visited.
That
favorite
was a nice
experience
stadium.
ever.
That dude back got his ass busted.
That was awful, dude. That was terrible.
You need to turn around, hug your wife, and watch the game, sir.
We're gonna need to video our encounters at football games from now
Just
on.
wear a GoPro on my head.
Yes, perfect idea. I'll get the little hidden
Chest mount. I'm getting the one that
camera or
goes on my head so I can look like a doofus walking around.
Yeah. So.
Already limp.
All right. So before we get into this, y'all go back and check out that intro too when you get a chance. Let me know what you think about our new intro. We were playing with stuff before we got started, not each other.
Pretty nifty.
So, yeah. So Andy, you've been braving the restaurants now that we're off of quarantine. You can actually go in these
I'm
places.
not scared. I haven't been scared the whole time, but they just wouldn't let me go.
So did you purchase a mask?
Well, only because I had to.
Yeah.
Because Wednesday night, the roommate got home, and she's like, I want salsa and cheese dip. I said, me too. So we struck off through West Little Rock on the hunt for cheese dip. Well, both of us happen to like El Porton. El Porton's in West Little Rock, off of Markham and Bowman, if you don't know. Probably one of the better places, in my opinion, in town. Strolled up
Good
in there. Two, please. The lady sat us down at a booth. No mask on, walked in. They handed you a paper menu, which was disposable.
Okay, yeah.
No salt and pepper, no sweet and low, no nothing on the table. I ordered a margarita. It was pretty strong.
You had a margarita.
Oh, yes, I did. I ordered a margarita, bud. I was like, she didn't. I was like, what's going on?
I
You're
had
not
to
drinking.
roll Andy out of there, but Andy's not a drinker, so.
I can handle my own with it. I just choose not to. But let me tell you, that margarita was one of the medium-sized ones. It was about $9 for a 16-ounce pint glass, and was all tequila. It was good, but it was solid the whole time.
So it's 5 o'clock, dude. I want some Mexican food now.
I'm not scared.
I think
I'll
that's
eat
what I'm
twice. I'll eat twice.
I think that's what I'm having for dinner.
Look, plain and simple. Don't tempt me with a good time. I love food. Like I said, my
that's gonna
second
take some
favorite
getting
F
used
word
to.
is food.
Yeah, that's your third favorite. Yeah, freedom and food.
Freedom and food.
Yeah,
there we
freedom
go.
and food.
And I've got the freedom, and I had the food today. So,
So what was your experience like today then?
well, yesterday I had sushi.
Okay.
So, me and a friend of mine, we go to a Kobe over in West Little Rock. Walk in, everybody's wearing a mask, and the lady says in a very nice, hard to be understood accent, "You need mask to come in here." And I said, I'm already in here though.
They're used to wearing masks.
And she said, "You need mask." I said, "Okay, we go get mask." So we decided to check out Sekisui.
You didn't.
Oh yes, I looked at it really funny. It was great.
That's
So
how I'd look at somebody.
we
who
checked
comes
it
in
out.
a mask.
Sekisui wasn't having their dining room wasn't open yet. So we went to Walgreens. I walked all the way to the back, no mask. Walked back to the front, right in front of the counter, mask. Limit 1 per customer.
Right.
$12.99
For paper?
for 20 paper masks. Technically, they're supposed to be disposable.
And they're useless, 99.5%
It
useless.
is.
But anyway.
So I purchased 20 masks for like $14.21 after tax.
You can probably get like $10 a mask now.
Hey, it's all right because I can eat a bunch of places and I've got 19 left. So
You got 19 restaurants to go.
we went up. No, I was wearing the same one over and over again. You think I give a damn? Wrong.
You'll wear it in your car too.
Be like, I got one, but it's gonna cost you $5 to get it. I'm gonna wear it over my head.
I'm gonna
right
need
here.
I'm gonna need a $5 discount to wear a
Yeah.
mask in here.
So you get to the door, you go in, and basically, from what I can understand, is you have to wear the mask as you're walking by people. Mind you, there aren't a lot. And they sit you down, and then once you're sitting there, some people have said, "What'd you do?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Are you dumb?"
I didn't hit that record button over there, so Will's gonna have to pull the audio from this YouTube, but we're good.
It's freaking amazing. Can you hit record now?
It don't do it. It won't do us any good.
Damn it!
Good luck, Will. Just remember to pull the audio from
Oh,
here.
he's about to be pissed.
it's all the
my
same
God.
audio, and then he won't have to. He's not going to have to do anything other than maybe bleep out a few of our favorite F word.
Stupid dumbass.
Well, you know,
God, Steve.
not the first time I've done it.
It'll only be the second. Don't let it happen the third.
This is the second.
Look, I'll replace your ass. You
Hey,
do it
the
again.
first time was a lot worse because it was with was that it was
a
either
big
Phil
interview.
Elson or Bubba Carpenter. I don't remember. It was
Yes,
one of the
I think
two.
it's Carpenter that you
So,
did that with.
I forgot to hit the record button, but thankfully it was right here on YouTube. So
Thankful. Very
he
thankful
can pull
on
this
that one.
down.
You almost zacked it up.
That's why Will is the best member of NSS.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Ford General Pawpaw. So,
All right, so back to your
back to the
restaurant
food before
story.
you horribly interrupted me by
Yeah.
telling me you didn't record this.
Well, it's recording right there.
So, as you sit down, little person comes over to you, and as soon as that happens, you can take off the mask. You're good. You sit there, but I really couldn't understand her instructions of what she wanted because, well, she was wearing a mask and she has an
Right.
accent. So, today I ventured out for a third time. Outback got my business.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was pretty tasty.
Steak that
Not
you-
gonna lie, but I think they're gouging a few prices. The only reason I ordered what I did is you get to look and they want $24.99 for a 12-ounce ribeye. Mm-hmm. You can get the 22-ounce bone-in for $29.99.
Well, we're in a meat shortage, man. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, it's
There's
like
no meat.
No, it's like they're all the meat is still standing out in the grass field because they're selling them off too cheap.
Yeah.
So I asked the guy after the bar because they sit you in like the bar area. There's only 4 tables available in that entire West Little Rock Outback.
Oh, wow.
In the bar section, they have 13 tables total in the entire restaurant that you can sit at.
I have a friend that runs that one. I'm going to have to ask her about that place.
So there's no bar stools. Again, no salt and pepper shakers, nothing on the tables. If you ask for it, they'll bring it to you in packets. Talked to the guy afterwards. Really good service, real fast, obviously. And just kind of asked him. He said that, this was their first week back, Monday, and he said that Monday and Tuesday were basically like a Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was, it wasn't too bad. It started to pick up. But then they said that Thursday and Friday, there were a couple times, they almost had it to where they were having to wait because the way they have to disinfect the tables.
Right.
Which supposedly, from what he told me, is once someone gets up, the table's bust. Before it is actually bust, they spray a disinfectant spray that has to sit for like 2 to 3 minutes before you can clean. They wipe down the backs, the seats, the tables, everything along with it, and then it has to dry again before you can seat somebody at the table again. So he said that, that kind of takes a little bit of time to do that part. But other than that, he said, the people that have come in have been, pretty free with their money for the most part.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
He said,
They got stimulus money to spend.
he said Friday, I think he said he made $250 off of having 4 tables.
Wow.
4 to rotate in and out. That's
Yeah.
not a lot.
No.
In the bar section alone, I think it counted, there's 10 or 11 tables in their bar section, not including the bar.
Right.
He said they're constantly running food out the door. Like if you'd have drove by there last week, I went to Academy. It's right there in the parking lot.
Right.
Went over there, and it looks like they're wide open for business last week because of the amount of customers that are doing the carry-out stuff.
Yeah, I know that they've been up. Most of these places have been working pretty nonstop. So I know a lot of them aren't opening. Like even Corky's, they're not opening yet just
No, they're
because of the
waiting.
33% rule and all that. And they're not
Yeah,
making
I
any
mean-
money. But so it is good to know that a guy,
I talked to
that-
Chuck too at Lost Pizza. He was telling me a lot. So
Well, and the good thing is and keep it in mind too. If you are going to go out to eat, make sure you tip the servers well.
Please
Like tip
tip
them very
them.
well. They're no matter what kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, if they're just complete douches, then that's a different story.
well,
but
they're not going to be. But
they're not
going
gonna
to. They're
be,
going to do
yeah.
every damn thing they can to help you.
yeah, so I mean,
Brad Keselowski.
keep
I
in
hate
mind that you're not going to have the greatest service all the time because these guys are doing everything they can, guys and gals. So don't make sure you tip your servers really well when you do go out to eat. I'm not
Food was
going
good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, well,
It
it's
was
got to
solid.
be.
It was solid across the board. It was fast. It was good to have Outback's bread again.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
It's probably nice to actually be able to sit there and eat it instead of getting it cold at home because I'm about tired of that.
My roommate, man, she will go. It's like if I'm going to go to McDonald's or anywhere, and I'm eating mine on the way to the house. I don't know how people wait to eat cold French fries.
No, I
If
can't
I'm
do
getting
it.
French fries, I'm eating them on the way to the house. The burger,
Yeah.
I can wait. Something else,
Yeah, I can't.
Anything potato related, it's got to be hot.
Okay, so that brings me to a point that I wanted to make.
Do you have questions?
No,
I have answers.
I don't have any questions. I really don't care. I'm gonna go out to eat. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. I'm just this shit's stupid. Like, I'm so over all of it. And I know we had a doctor on who talked about the things. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take precautions and that we shouldn't do the right thing.
The mask is stupid.
But
No lie.
the mask is
It
not.
does nothing.
It does nothing for you. And that kind of brings me to my point that I wanted to bring up. So we've watched UFC. We've watched NASCAR to this point. We got NASCAR going on the TV.
Everybody on the NASCAR that they've interviewed has been wearing a mask.
Everybody in UFC had a mask on. Everybody,
it's a sweet little car.
Everybody everybody at NASCAR has a mask on. My question is, why the hell does everybody have a mask on if they're all being tested ahead of time and they know no one has COVID-19 at this place? Like,
The only thing I can think, it's like a visual stimulant for people that are watching.
Well, it is.
To make them think that we're doing the right thing, even though that we've already been tested for this. We're still got a radiator course for it. Ain't gonna lie.
But so that's my point. I don't understand.
They're not wearing masks.
I don't
He's wearing a
understand
blindfold.
why in the world we. See, I'm going to turn the TV off because Andy can't not commentate what's going on TV while I'm trying to talk over here. So.
It's still funny.
But I don't understand the mask thing. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand why don't be hitting folks with the cord. I don't understand why, dude. Not cool. I don't understand why people can't, or you're at an event that's completely. Everything's tested. Everybody's done. Why do you have to wear masks? I get it. It's the visual part. I get that. I guess just to
Still doesn't make sense.
make people feel like they're doing the right thing. Because if they weren't, then everyone would be complaining, well, they're not wearing masks. Well, dumbasses, they've all been tested. Why the hell do they need a mask? So anyway,
I want one
mild
of those,
rant in the middle.
I want one of those antibodies tests.
I do too, because
You know how much they cost?
No.
They're $200.
I'm not going to have one.
And I'm curious. Like,
I'm not going to have one.
I better, if I could get like a cool
I'm
bonus.
not $200 worth curious.
I kind of am. But
I mean-
I don't, if it was $100, I'd be curious.
If my antibodies made me money, then I'd be curious. But
Be like ultimate immune system
I was
right
like,
here.
You're going to check me for antibodies. I got to pay you for it. So you better pay me for the antibodies because you're going to need them.
That's the other thing I don't get. Your immune system is built off of being around stuff,
Right.
so to speak. Like as a
Right.
kid, you might lick a dog or eat dirt or Play-Doh or whatever.
Right.
Putting all kinds of things in your mouth as a child. You have kids.
Mm-hmm.
We've been kids. How many times did you have a friend that got like a Lego block stuck in their nose or something like that, or something random, or swallowed a penny,
Right.
or a paper clip, or anything like that?
All right, you're like making the camera go nuts over there.
What am I doing? Sorry.
Every time you touch that, so we're gonna have to. There goes. There's the downside to my.
It's not stable.
Yeah, it's not a very stable tripod.
Stupid box. So take that
My
back
bad.
to Nike.
Yeah, we can take that. That tripod sucks. It doesn't work.
So the whole immune system, like I said, you have to be in it. The more it's around it, it makes more sense. Hey, we got a notification.
I hate wearing masks. Everywhere when I work at Amazon. Yeah, with all those other people.
You
Well,
need to wear a mask anyway, bud.
it'll help your face.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Sorry, we love you, Caleb. We're just kidding. You're one of the only two people that actually watch our show. So we thank you very much. So, but
Will
yeah,
has to.
he doesn't have to. He didn't even watch the first few. Now that he finally gets notifications that we're there, he does.
Ring that bell.
All right, so before
Off
we get
the
into
normal
some
stuff.
other sports stuff, this is the normal stuff. Like, this is literally the podcast this week, guys. I'm sorry if you're disappointed, but we don't really have much. Next week we have a pretty cool guest. So
Who we have?
I think we just okay. Never mind. I'm not going to say next week yet. I haven't gotten confirmation of if we're going to have him on next week, but that's the hope is that we have. So Jackson's working on a pretty good guest for us for next week. I don't know if you must have missed that in the chat.
Adam Torres.
So
I don't know.
yeah, that's who we're working on.
Loud.
So that came out loud. Good job. So
We cut that out.
yeah, no, don't worry about
Two
it.
people.
They're gonna be on. He's gonna be on the podcast eventually.
Two people.
Well, hopefully more than two people listen to the podcast when it comes out.
Well, Will can bleep that.
We've been averaging like 800-900. I'm not worried about it. He's going to be on the podcast. It just may not be next week. So because I'm going on vacation after this week, I'm finally going to get away from my children and my home and my everything else.
You need to.
Yeah, I do, dude. Yeah.
Somebody needs to punch you in the ovaries
We're
if
going,
you don't.
dude. Shut the fuck up. So we're going. So we're going.
Tell you something, Joe Rogan. I'm gonna give you a Mike Tyson ass whooping.
So we're going to test out the social distancing theories of Texas next week, and we're
You
going to
build sandcastles and shit.
No, that is
Come
not.
on, dude.
That is not on my plan.
You
list
need
of
to
fun.
build a sandcastle.
I'm not planning to have time to build a sandcastle, but you know, if
What
it
are you
works
planning
out.
on having time to do?
Man, we're gonna tent camp the first night we get down to the beach.
Can I go?
No. You ain't gonna want to see none of that. You can go on to the
I
other
get my
side
own
of the beach. You can go to the other side of the beach.
I'm just gonna record the sound.
I'm looking. No, no one wants to hear that either. But the beach sound. Wait, the beach sound. My
The
bad.
ocean.
The sounds of the ocean.
The ocean. Who doesn't want to hear the sound of the ocean?
Yeah. Now you guys understand how I lost my ring on the opening night of our honeymoon. So yeah.
I've
Anyway,
heard this story. Nobody else needs to hear it.
I don't think we should tell that story right now.
One time at band camp.
Oh, y'all should have one. No, we ain't wearing no mask, Will. I know we ain't 6 feet apart. I don't care about being
Hey,
6
Will.
feet apart.
You see this?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go about your mask. Go get something stuck in your ear again.
Man. But so yeah, so there'll be no the sports junkies this week either. So you're gonna miss out on Justin and I
Darn.
and his randomly ridiculous wide receiver thoughts, which make no
Traylon
sense to
Burks
me.
is not that good.
Oh man.
I take Mike Woods as my number 2 and Trey Knox as my 1.
Everyone has an opinion. That doesn't mean they're right or good. But hey,
Ben Cleveland.
big clean. Hey,
Ben
dude,
Hicks.
I'm gonna tell you right now though that comment on Burks ranks up there with the Ben Cleveland comment. Like we got a Zach and Zach Jr. situation going on or some shit here. Like I don't know what's
Did
happening.
they team up to come up with that shit?
They may have. Maybe they prepped together. I don't know. So
Which
yeah.
means Katie prepped for both of them.
Oh no.
Will, can you verify that?
Can we find out if that happened? But so you guys had a lot of fun last week.
Oh, that was awesome.
So y'all got to chat it up with Kevin Kelly on location at Pulaski Academy. How'd that go?
That place is nice.
Yeah.
I've been there a few times before, for football games and stuff. But their strength and conditioning center is basically built onto the end of their field is incredible. It's ultra compact for the amount of equipment they have in there, but anything and everything you can think weight training, everything's personalized. All the weights, if I'm not mistaken, had PA on them.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're all custom. That dude's great. I really like him. I enjoy talking with him on and off the live show. But he's a wealth of knowledge. Not just with sports. That guy is ultra smart across the board.
Yeah.
And he says he's a numbers guy. He's a numbers guy far more than football.
Oh yeah, most guys like that would be though. I mean, if you're that much of a numbers guy.
He was going to tell us, he gets, the whole Adidas story and how they got their Adidas, they wear Adidas uniforms.
Right.
They've got 3 different helmet designs that they wear now. I mean, what high school team has 3 helmets? Not a lot of
that
them.
many.
But if you knock down 8 state titles in 17 years, and they weren't a very winning program before he got there,
Right.
that's some serious business.
This dude has wrecked like 4,000 times.
No, that's Jimbo Johnson. He wrecked early. He ain't come back from that. His front wheels aren't touching the ground. He's done. No steering. There's Jimbo.
Oh, there's poor Jimmy.
Sad face.
Yeah, but make sure you guys check out the NSS Live from last week. Really good show, really good stuff.
In the weight room.
Yeah,
with Kevin Kelly.
Kevin Kelly joined for the entire show, right?
Yes,
So,
he did.
Yeah, very cool.
He had his own list of linebackers and running backs.
That's cool.
So, and he come up with them
I
off the
would
top
hope
of his
so.
head.
Yeah.
His favorite linebacker was pretty interesting, but
Oh, yeah?
you can understand why it was who it was.
Yeah.
So,
Whatever.
I'll give you one guess who his favorite linebacker was.
Was it Hayden Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes
Of
sense.
course.
That makes sense. Well, that's a hard
He
one
says
to figure
Hayden
out.
of the 3 Henrys is the most football savvy of the 3 of them.
I've actually heard that. I know that Hunter, Hudson's probably one of the most athletic, but from what I understand is from a mental aspect, he doesn't have the
Hayden's
same
guy.
mental
No.
drive that the other two kids,
No.
the other two Henrys
The
have. So.
athleticism makes up for that.
Yeah.
He told kind of an interesting thing about Shine O'Grady I found
I
out.
should take that.
And what is that?
I'll talk about that in a minute.
Alrighty.
That was money that I just turned down.
dumbass.
Well, I'd have to answer the call right now. You want me to do a real estate call right
I'm
here?
not messing about it.
That'd be
Do it.
kind
I
of
can
fun.
carry this.
We should do it. No, we should just really do it on the show. Just do a real estate call.
Hey, if somebody
Just let you
called me
know,
about some tires and
you could
wheels,
be, you could be getting recorded. Oh, well, yeah, anyway, that's a whole different story.
you sell houses. I sell wheels and tires and fix cars.
Yeah,
You need a new exhaust pipe.
I know.
That
I've
thing
needed
looks
one.
sad.
I've needed
dude.
one for a long
I
time.
looked at it coming in the house. I'm like, that is bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm gonna bring a Sawzall over here one day, and you're just gonna hear me chipping away at it.
Yeah, well, as long as it looks better, I don't give a
It'll look
shit.
better than that crap.
So we're gonna take the Gwatney vehicle to on the road trip next week. So
Probably a
looking
good
forward to
idea.
see that gas mileage versus the old diesel going up and down the road.
Diesel got a little mud on her.
A little bit.
Looks like you enjoy having tread on your tires.
Nice having tread again. Thanks to Big Jake's for the tread. So the good deal on the tread. So yeah,
that's about as good a deal you're ever gonna get.
No doubt.
Yeah, you can't buy them that cheap on the internet. I promise you.
But so don't miss the shows this week. Hopefully we'll be back with something from around the diamond this week. We had some personal reasons we had to cancel last week, so got a good guest lined up. But hopefully that maybe we can get that recorded this week before I go out of town. We'll see what happens. So make sure you tune in. If you haven't, go back and listen to the Phil Elson, Bubba Carpenter, Robert Moore. We've had a lot of really good guests on there.
That was a good show. I listened to that one. That kid, he's good on a microphone, that's for sure.
Yeah, more special.
I really wish y'all had asked him about the whole Kirstad interview thing.
Y'all
could have got to it.
I think I had that as a thought early on and then just totally forgot with all the other prep that I was doing for it. So
the kid's going to be good for a long time.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Okay, so I had this conversation with someone else this week, but I'm curious. So baseball, we're not going to talk about baseball because I really didn't tell you that we were going to talk about it. But so this week came out with baseball in terms of the fight between the owners and the players and who's going to take less money and blah, 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 that kind of crap.
It's all ridiculous.
But it got me to thinking. So as we're looking at college football coming back, college football is obviously the one sport, and this has been an argument that's come up many times, and now with the new, getting paid for your likeness stuff and all of that, the pay for play stuff continues to be front and center.
A hell of a year for that to happen.
But think about it. Well, think about it though. Okay, so baseball's arguing over money. Basketball is going to argue over money. Football's probably going to end up arguing over money. College football needs to play because it's the lifeblood of most universities. It's the lifeblood to keep those universities rolling. So my question is this. Who's going to be the first? Because if NCAA football players ever wanted an opportunity to push for any more money, stipends, whatever, this is the year to do it. Because they could all step back and say, you know what, I know I'm on scholarship, but guess what? I'm not playing. I'm not playing under these circumstances just to make you money. What good's it doing me? I'm putting myself at risk to step foot on a football field, and you're not paying me anything other than a scholarship and a doctor. And I know they have they get other stuff, but my point is these guys are being thrown out on the football field and told to perform, for lack of a better term, but they're not getting anything for it.
Yeah, they are.
The coaches are getting paid for it.
Yeah, they are.
The universities are getting paid. What are they getting for it?
They're getting the publicity where it'll be on TV no matter what.
No, I get that, but they
can do something here in a few years.
No, I get that.
The more entitlement and bullcrap you give these young kids, the more trouble you're going to have.
Right. And I understand that, but
they haven't earned the right to do that, in my opinion. I don't care how good at any sport you are. If you haven't earned the right to beg for that, it's all it's going to do is put a black eye on everything. I'm against you on that one. Sorry.
Well, and I get your point. I do, but I don't mean it from an entitlement standpoint. I just mean it from the point of, again, the reason that universities are going to play football this fall, and it's going to happen. They're going to play football. It doesn't matter. But the reason but the reason that they're going to play football isn't for the fans. It is for some of us sitting at home, but it's for the university. It's not just for football. It's to make sure that baseball and basketball and all the women's sports and all the other stuff can continue to happen. So you're telling me that it's okay to tell 85 college athletes. And I get that they should want to go play, but it's going to come up in the court of public perception that
some idiot's going to bring it up and make it a thought, and it's going to spread like wildfire, just like any of this other crap.
And if we're not going to play football, I guarantee you that's the reason you're not going to play football this year. It won't be because of COVID-19. It won't be because of all this other crap. It's going to be because somebody's going to come out and make a point that these players should be paid and they shouldn't put themselves at risk. Just like everybody's
Smith.
Just like everybody's saying, well, why aren't the Walmart workers and all these other people getting more money other than the $2 an hour their companies are paying them? Well,
I'm waiting on hazard pay. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, you're in the same boat, and so the same people are complaining about that, but these are actual workers in the field.
Something.
These are football players who, again, aren't going to be on campus. So again, this isn't about student athletes because they're not going to be on campus learning. Most of these, and I know that University of Arkansas has said they're going to do. I guess they're going to do on-campus classes this fall. I think is what I saw. But what happens if that changes? What happens if they decide, you know what, we can't because of social distancing guidelines bring everybody back to campus? So a lot of kids are going to learn online.
Selective on who they have there.
But so the football players are going to be there. They don't have a choice.
Professor at Ole Miss,
right?
So he's not a big computer savvy person. And, for him to transition into having to do all this stuff online.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of having his normal in-classroom sessions.
Right.
It's like it's blown his mind. Mom's been talking about it for the past couple of times I've talked to her about Joe finally finishing up with, with classing and everything for the semester. It's a huge learning curve. Like, he asked my little sister, hey, how do I do this? And, she's savvy enough to understand and explain it to him to where he could do it. Functionable, but it's it's a learning curve for everyone on that.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you're not used to teaching online, if you're old school like a lot of college professors are, that computer thing is the devil.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like them anyway, and I'm young.
Yeah, no,
I don't even own a laptop.
Yeah, I get that, but that's my point. Is that these guys, most of these kids won't be on campus. So again, you're asking an athlete who doesn't get paid to go put their body at risk for the betterment of a university, but nothing for you. Now,
it's the same way it's been in college football forever.
It has been, but it's going to be magnified like 10,000 times.
When it shouldn't be.
So, and it shouldn't be. And now we could get into a whole other rabbit hole of what these players should be paid or what they should be paid.
We're deep enough in this rabbit hole anyway.
Yeah, but so I think it's going to be an interesting test, just like a lot of the.
I just want NCAA football 2020 back.
Yeah, you can
or
keep
2021.
You can keep dreaming on. I guess maybe 2021, 22 it might happen,
if
but we'll
see.
see.
I'll buy whatever system is current and buy the game.
Hey, you know what?
I will get back into it.
Have you so before this whole pandemic thing happened, the average price for NCAA football was like $40. Like the 14 or 15, the last one that came out was like $40 or $50.
Now it's way up.
It's like $170 or some crap right now.
Are you kidding me?
Like you can't, you got to pay stupid money to get it. So I'd seen that because I'd tried to look it up when we were trying to do the NCAA football challenge thing. We were going to do that tournament on the NSS page, and so I looked that up.
Gotta call a beat down.
Okay. We done tested this theory once. We tested
you
it again.
tested me on drugs in the hospital.
Okay, this is gonna happen.
Right.
All right. So the next podcast that we have is going to be the two of us.
Bring it on.
Play because I can run it through Ecamm.
That's fine.
So it's gonna happen.
I haven't played this in years.
I haven't either. So this is happening.
Lies. I played you twice.
I'm saying I haven't played other than what. The one time when this pandemic started, I played one game, and that was it. I couldn't do it anymore.
I own a PlayStation 3, bud. You better back up.
I own a 3 and a 4. We can play either one. I don't care.
I don't have a 4.
Whichever. Well, we can do it on a 3. You need to borrow my game for a couple days so you can practice? Get your practice in. You don't need no practice.
Blind hog finds an acorn every now and then.
Yeah, well, you won't. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a lot of fun. This is happening.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Don't make me put moose on you.
And we're going. Oh, bring it. We're going live on Facebook, YouTube, and all. It's happening. This
20-minute game.
This is going to be awesome. Yep. That's happening next week. Shoot, we might do it when this is over. Special
pre-game practice scrimmage.
All right, so one last thing. How long have we been going here? Like, this could be the shortest podcast we've ever done.
Well, we're probably
33 minutes into this.
Ew. Straight booty.
Oh, that's awesome. Not a lot, man. There's still just not a lot. We're sitting here watching cars driving left-hand circles.
Turn left.
Brad'll like this. Brad's probably at home like...
Treadnecking it with wood.
Yeah,
he's out there just.
He's got this. Isn't this the sound up part? Like he's probably got it blown out. Pants around his ankles.
Whoa!
Oh,
you leave the furry man out of that.
Golly,
blue emu.
Terrible. All right.
What in the hell is blue emu?
So in a what the hell were you thinking? Moment here since that happened.
What your problem is?
No, man, like this is crazy. So you brought this up to me, and I actually missed this, but DeAndre Baker
and Quentin
Dunbar arrested for armed robbery. Pro football players,
professional athletes. They get paid bunches and bunches of money to swat balls out of the air and catch stuff that's not supposed to be thrown at them.
So this is obviously what happens when millionaires who have never had money in their lives get money and get bored. This is what happens. So the whole story... I'm
gonna get in trouble with what I'm about to say.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I don't know if we can edit that much out. They may kick us off of YouTube for that one.
They might have to.
So you done lost it. Don't. Let's just not do it. Let's just not do it.
You can take the...
Don't do it. Yeah.
What'd I say?
So, nothing. So more details. So I'm reading this from the ESPN article, but this is crazy. So they were arrested after committing an armed robbery at an illegal dice game. These dumbasses go to
was that word?
Dumbasses go to
Okay,
an
just making sure.
illegal dice game with 15 to 20 people at a party in Miramar, Florida.
That's more people than you're supposed to have in a group anyway.
Well, maybe they've laxed that in Florida. I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't think so. I think it's 10 is max. But either way, so they were breaking the social
rules.
distancing rules.
And we got a gambling issue.
Illegal
Illegal gambling.
4 people
Slinging
have
dice against the wall.
Yeah, 4 people have confirmed with affidavits that Dunbar and
No, they didn't rob us.
and Baker came in with semi-automatic weapons and stole money and watches and jewelry from the people in attendance. Yet they have one sworn affidavit from the gentleman named Dominic Johnson, who I gotta guess is the guy in the red mask that he told to shoot somebody, because that's part of the whole thing too.
He sounds real believable.
Yeah, listen to this.
Is Antonio Brown there too?
Probably. He's probably one
He's
of the
probably the
watchdogs.
ringleader.
Yeah. He said, so Dominic Johnson, who's a friend of both parties, said, at some point there was an argument that arose between some of the parties that were playing the dice game. I was never in fear for my life in any situation that happened that day, and DeAndre Baker did not take any property from me and did not point a gun at anyone. Horse shit. That's horse shit. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. Like, are you serious? Like, come on, man.
My Jesus.
Oh, you getting back.
Whoa.
How you gonna wreck somebody on a straightaway?
Hey,
like,
look at left scripts across
no.
the line right yonder.
What is that? What do you do? Hit the brakes when you got to the
Got
line?
plumb squirrely,
like,
bud.
hell, man. So
Got loose on the back end, but
the point here is, if you're a millionaire and you've never had money before,
don't throw no dice.
don't go to illegal dice games.
Hey,
Don't do the things you used to do before you had money, just because you got more of it.
look, D-Mac used to ride around on sixes back in the day
man.
and get in trouble for trying to kick people in the head at a club you shouldn't have been at and break your toe. And that all got swept under the rug.
It didn't really get swept under the rug. It made its.
I was
it
in
known.
attendance the night that him and his boys were at Ernie Biggs.
Yeah.
And his little brother got punched in the face. A certain person I know tossed that guy down the stairs. Statute of limitations. I watched it happen. As I looked to my right, there came a train of folks chasing after him.
Oh, I bet.
D-Mac was included in that. That dude tumbled real well down the stairs,
man.
let me tell you.
You're the one that broke D-Mac's toe.
No, that was before. This was after that.
You ruined
this was
the
after
USC
his
game.
junior year when he had his Escalade parked out front. He was so smashed in the club that night, he stood up and toasted himself.
Yeah, that's. Hey,
I was like, and everybody's like, "You want to go meet D-Mac?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I'm good.
I don't need to. I'm good.
I'm good. I can see him from here."
Yeah.
Big deal.
All right, man. So before we go,
Call this the short cast.
Big Jakes, tell us
Big
about
Jakes. Well, sometimes.
He
There's
works
just-
there.
Yeah, I
from
might
time
work
to
there
time.
from time to time. About 55 hours a week I
Just a
spend
few
there.
days.
I spend more time there than I do at home. But we're located in Benton on Highway 5. We specialize with tires, wheels, flat repairs, oil changes.
Essential car services.
You know, suspension components. You know, basically anything and everything you can do with an automobile. On the maintenance side of things, we take care of every bit of that. We will do full engine and transmission swaps. I don't really rebuild transmissions in house. That's kind of a specialty thing there, but I can get it done. We do customization. We have a guy that actually will also wrap a vehicle if needed, and we can take care of that.
Hey, I know a guy's gonna need a wrap soon
Yeah, well,
on a boat and a truck.
we can definitely take care of it. It's
Then we
not a
can
big
make it
deal.
happen.
I know a guy, as usual, and you happen to know me, so
Yeah,
there you go.
Make that happen.
Anything and everything, like I said, Highway 5, right next to Sonic in Benton off Alcoa. Give us a call, 316-4212, or just holler at me any way you can. Facebook, Natural State Sports, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Make sure you go
Bring it
see
on.
Andy. Yep. And get all your car needs handled and taken care of.
I've been doing it for a little bit. I'm not bad at it.
Yeah, well, that's.
I asked Steve about his tires.
Hey, I got good tires out of the deal, so truck's still rolling up down the road nicely.
Didn't break nothing.
So, and hey, you know what? They got payment options too. So if you're if you're a
have
little
that.
broke because of the pandemic and you still need your car services
90
done,
days, same as cash. You have a couple of 100 days, same as cash. Finance companies basically come in, drop $50 the first day down on the high side. I think the other two, one of them's like 15 and the other's like 30, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't
Yeah.
used that one much. But yeah.
Well, there you go. So go see Andy this week, and as you're driving around, catch Around the Diamond podcast. And like I said, go back, catch that Robert Moore episode, Phil Elson, Bubba Carpenter, hit it all. We Steve Moritz, Padres scout. So make sure you catch that. And don't miss Andy and Zach this week on NSS Live on Friday night at 7:30.
I don't know what we're doing yet.
You don't? That's scary.
No clue.
That's scary.
So, I mean, it was debatable whether we were going to do basketball or baseball. Might come up with something just to kind of break it for a week or two and just probably shoot one from the hip like this to see what happens.
I mean, joined by Skype via the beach.
You can just Skype in from down there in South Texas.
I might put a shirt on.
I hope so.
No, I wouldn't go below
that.
Nobody
wants to see that pasty.
No.
You can be like pantsless. But just make
that was the first lap of the race.
That's a good lick.
That's the first lap. Then he caught on fire. So good stuff.
Well, he might want to pull it over.
Yeah. And we will return again next week. Who knows what guest? Maybe we'll have some more exciting content for you next week. So thanks for joining us on YouTube. The couple of folks that have joined us, remember, it'll be in the comments. You can catch us on YouTube every single week. And who knows, like I said, if we don't have a good guest next week, I'm telling you right now, the NCAA football game's happening. We're going to stream it for everybody.
Mess you up.
It's coming. Let's do it. Until next week, Woo Pig.
Woo Pig.
Support for this episode is provided by the Mountain Valley Spring Water. Bottled continuously since 1871 in Hot Springs, Arkansas, the Mountain Valley Spring Water rises naturally to the surface of the earth where it is bottled untouched to this day. Mountain Valley prides themselves on truth, integrity, and clean, pure water. They bottle in glass to preserve quality and taste and also proudly offer recyclable, green plastic bottles as a convenient on-the-go alternative. There's never been a better time than now to get back to your source. So head over to mountainvalleyspring.com to find your local retailer or set up delivery to your home or office today.